been talking about. A, why is that? And B, what the hell do we do about
And
it?
I think that was the appeal of Trump, is he appeared to be talking to us.
Exactly.
Whereas Democrats are kind of condescending and ignoring it.
All right. Essentially, Democrats say, status quo is working okay. We're going to tinker around the edges to make a little bit of a change here. Trump says the whole goddamn system is broken.
Yeah.
But he said, I will fix it.
Yeah.
Well, his solutions will make it worse. But he at least acknowledged that the system is broken. Democrats often don't.
They don't acknowledge it. And there's a lot of finger wagging, or at least recently. I didn't feel that when I was growing up, but at least recently there's a lot of finger wagging. And then there's almost like this detachment from working class people, which is really sad because you'll see them echo certain sentiments. They'll be like, look at the Biden stock market. And it's like, guys, 50% of Americans aren't even invested in the fucking stock market. Like, you're so detached from working class people, you don't even know the talking points to make them feel good about the economy.
Right.
So how
Can't
do
even lie to them properly.
Yeah, it's like, so what happened? How do we get here with the Democrat establishment?
It's a great question.
Well, and the answer is that we do know. And that is during the 70s, 60s, Democrats caught on that you could raise a lot of money from wealthy people. And it gets back to campaign financing and all that stuff. So you got a Democratic establishment now, which is funded by wealthy people. You have consultants who are really way out of touch with reality, who make a whole lot of money in campaigns. And working class is ignored. And Donald Trump comes along and says, I care about you, which was a lie. So
I don't know if that's a lie. I'd give pushback on that. I think that it has to be proven that it's a lie.
All right, I'll prove it.
Yes, thank you. And you're right. I could look through rose-colored glasses, but the idea, I think that when people are struggling, anybody who goes, "Hey, I'm going to help you out," like I'm sure when Obama, I remember the impact of Obama.
Change.
He ran on reform and he ran on hope, right?
Yes.
He ran on this idea of we're going to make it better for you, instead of Kamala seemed to run on this idea like, "Hey, it's good. We're going to keep doing the exact same thing." Right. Which is a losing strategy.
You got it.
So
that was her bloody consult. I mean, I know Kamala. She's a friend. She's very smart. That was what her bloody consultants told her to say. I begged them. I'm just between you.
Why can't she push back? Like at a certain, like
that's right. You're right. Look, there's no argument.
And this is the problem I think a lot of voters had, is like they didn't even know if it was her. We didn't even know if Biden was president. We didn't even know if these were her talking points. And we felt that over the last 4 elections, Democrats, we felt that we didn't have a say on who could be president. We talk a lot about the Republicans being autocrats and oligarchs and taking over democracy, but from the Democrat perspective, and I'm a lifelong Democrat, I felt like the Democratic Party completely removed the democratic process from its constituents. And I think they need to have some accountability of that.
No argument here.
I donated for you. I mean, I wanted you to, like, 2016, I was like, this is going to happen. This guy's going to do it. And it felt like they stole it from me. And I'll be honest, it broke my heart when you supported him.
Look, but you have, in the world that I live in, you got a choice. And I mean, a lot of people, including my wife, agree with you. But, you're down to a choice. Is it going to be Hillary Clinton or is it going to be Donald Trump? Not a great choice.
But it ended up being him anyway, so why don't we burn it down?
Well, because it's easy to say burning it down means that children are not going to have, food to eat, that the schools will deteriorate, people will not have health care.
I got it.
And I'm an elected official. I got to represent the people.
That's fair.
And I can't turn my back on.
But then could we not also say, if ostensibly there hasn't been a fair primary for the Democrats since 2008, are they not also a threat to democracy? Yes. We often hear...
Fair enough. That is, yeah, I'm not going to argue with that point. And that's why I'm proudly an independent. What we're trying to do now, and I will just reinforce the point both of you made. The hatred that we felt in 2016, 2020 from the Democratic establishment. I'll give you an example. We would do rallies and we have thousands of people, often young people of color coming out, working class people coming out. They were great, full of energy. Yeah. And then we'd go to Democratic Party events. And there'd be a few hundred people, mostly older, whiter, wealthier. And you saw the clash. And the establishment did not want to open the door. They hated the idea But all these people whose hands were a little bit dirty, who didn't have PhDs or weren't wealthy, imagine walking in. It's my party, man. You ain't getting in.
Yes.
We will fight you in the most ruthless ways that we can. And that's the struggle. Are they going to open the door, or are they prepared to lose elections, literally, and maintain
the status quo?
Go down with the Titanic. So do you
think you're forcing the door open? Because it seems like that's what's happening right now.
Exactly what we are trying to do right now. In the last month,